At Rising Leaders, we think that our students will live up to whatever expectations we put on them. So we choose very high expectations. We believe that our students will accomplish many great things in their lifetimes and that a foundation with great habits of scholarship will provide the base on which they will grow and succeed. We believe that the only way to become the future leaders that this world will need is to work much harder than everyone else.
Teachers are constantly thinking about how to create a positive learning environment in which the students feel comfortable and safe. If the students feel safe, they'll be more willing to step outside their comfort zone.
Also, achievement is nothing new to our student body at Rising Leaders Academy. It was only a few short years ago that our principal, along with a few select group of teachers that she chose, had a goal to open a school with a challenging curriculum that would go beyond the ordinary and provide advanced skills to develop up-and-coming rising leaders. Ahmed and Raymond, while we are especially proud of both of you today, every student in this room has a right to be proud today. This year's FCAT test and FSA test, you scored and helped set the standard for what students should be scoring in the county. You have every right to be proud. And that's a big deal because it's not going to be too long when you're going to have the opportunity to be applying for colleges and scholarships, and all that's going to make a big difference. We're very proud of you too. We look forward to next year and can't wait to see how our rising leaders will continue to build upon their accomplishments.
A lot of habits. One of them is tweeting. Yeah, I still haven't figured out the way you say all that. That doesn't sound really strange or weird, but I want to tweet and not like a bird, so I want to take a picture of y'all. Is that okay? That's hard, isn't it? You guys having a good day?
Yes.
Today's Friday, right?
Yes.
What's Sunday? Mother's Day, right. Don't mess that up. I'm sure that what little bit I'm going to be able to share with you that Ahmed and Raymond could tell you this, because I've got a feeling, I know without knowing them personally, I think I know the kind of young men they are. And I heard many of your leaders here talk about the talents you have and the skills you have and how hard you work and the future and your planning and the things you want to do. I just want to share 3 quick things with you, if that's all right. Is that okay?
Yes.
Who said no? Oh, sorry. He just wanted to be, I know. I deal with that all the time. I've got 3 daughters that think they're funny all the time, too. The Duke TIP is significant because not only does it put you on the map as far as colleges and universities looking at you as individuals, but it also puts your school on the map to let them know the kind of students that you are surrounding yourself with. How many of you have ever heard this phrase? The IQ doesn't go up in a group just because you're around a lot of people. In other words, you got to be smart who you hang around with. And I will tell you this, if you're the smartest person in your group, find some other people to hang around with. Because you want to be around smarter people, don't you want to learn?
Yeah.
How many of you have had friends that bring you down or do something goofy to get you in trouble? How many of you have a brother and sister that do something to get you in trouble? Yeah. All right. Well, here's my 3 points. Here's my three points. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't be a complainer. You guys are high achievers. You two have already proven that, but you guys are high achievers. Keep striving for that. And when something doesn't go your way, go on to the next problem. Anybody in here perfect in math?
Yeah.
Some of you aren't telling the truth. As far as perfect, yeah. How many of you strive to be perfect in math? That's the better question, isn't it? So just don't sweat. Point number one, don't sweat the small stuff. Okay? Because how many of you have at least one friend that lets something silly bother them and they get all twisted up in knots? Right. So don't sweat the small stuff. Let it go. You've got to let it run off your back. The second point is never stop growing. Never stop growing. Let me tell you a story. When I was 12 years old, I played Little League Baseball. And one of the people I had to bat against was 6'1" and threw like a 75-mile-an-hour fastball Little League. And he was left-handed, and he went like this. And that ball just went past you. You couldn't even see it, let alone swing at it. Well, what happened to me one time, I got up against him, and he hit me in the side. Oh, it hurt. Oh, it still hurts today when I think about it. But you could see the stitch marks from the baseball where it hit me, and they were there for like a week. And so I learned something that way. Get out of the way. I learned to get out of the way sometimes. And my point of sharing that with you is you never stop learning. What would happen if Ahmed and Raymond decided I'm as smart as I ever want to be? I don't need any of this. Over time, it'll catch up with them, wouldn't it? Yes. And so you're always learning. You're always going to learn. I'm 58 years old, and I know that's old. Okay, I understand. But I'm always learning something. I learn something every day, sometimes many times a day. But always continue to grow and to learn. Don't stop that. And the third point, help others. Help others grow. And how does that help you? Because when you help others grow, you grow. Right?
Yeah.
What happened? Any of you have a garden?
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Okay, put your hands down. How many of you have a garden and you eat things out of the garden?
Huh?
Is it nutritious?
Yes.
Does it help you grow?
Yes.
So let me get this straight. So you have a garden and you plant in the garden, or you help plant it, and you fertilize it, you water it, you take care of it, you weed it and all that stuff. So you have nurtured it, and then it nurtures you, right? Is that a good thing?
Yes.
So you can do that with people. Don't eat them. But you can do that with people. You can help other people grow, and it's going to help you grow. And I think that's very important because I remember growing up, the most important things I learned were most likely from other people. And so you can be the best friend to the person you're sitting next to if you'll be the person you need to be to help them grow. How many of you have at least one friend that needs to grow? And I'm not talking about belly. I'm talking about here. Okay, I think you get it. Now look, I want to close with this. I've been to Duke University. I've been there a couple times for sporting events, and it's a beautiful campus. But it is about higher education. And higher education is important because that's what gets you to be a doctor, gets you to the next level, gets you to help solve problems for the world. Does the world have any problems?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. There are lots of problems. I'm too old to solve most of them. It's going to take young folks like you, young aspiring leaders, young people that want to achieve, to take us to where we need to go. And so, take those points I share with you, understand that you can do anything you want to do, but you're going to need each other. And I heard someone talk about kindness earlier. You can't beat
Hello,
that.
ladies and gentlemen. I would just like to briefly speak with you about my achievement on the ACT and what it took to get there. The ACT is a comprehensive assessment that tests one's knowledge about different areas and skills. In order to achieve a high score, I had to work extremely hard. I had to persevere through a large 1,000-page book. Although I did not complete all of it, I tried very hard and worked to the best of my ability to gain a high score on this test. All of my work paid off. So I challenge you to try your best, whether it's at your school, your house, or even somewhere in your community, to strive and become the best you can be at what you do. Thank you and good luck.
Do you know how I got into the Duke Tech program? I got into the Duke Tech program mainly by working hard, trying my best, and practicing. A couple months before the test, I was given an enormous 1,000-page workbook that would help me with the ACT. I wasn't able to finish the entire book. However, I tried my best. When I got the book, I didn't know most of the content in it. So I worked hard to learn the things I need to know for the ACT. After that, I started practicing really hard, and I tried to memorize, use, and understand extremely complicated formulas. Overall, the key to success is working hard, practicing, and trying your best. These things will help you reach your goal.